those guys, after World War II, Bob was in the South Pacific. His brothers were out on the boats. They were merchant seamen taking stuff to England and stuff like that. But they didn't. One brother had a job. He came home one night because they did potluck suppers. They were all starting families. They had no money, and they were doing anything they could. And they'd get together and they eat together at night and have a potluck dinner at one of their apartments. So Joe comes home. He got a job in a construction site, and he just made the offhand comment. He said, "It was so cold out there today." He said those guys would have killed for a hot cup of coffee. The next day, they were selling coffee through a hole in the fence out there, and they made like 20 some dollars that day, and ran right to the Acme or A&P to get more food for the next day. And that's what they were doing. And then after a while, the guy that owned the construction site came up to them, and he said, "You cut a hole in my fence." They admitted it, and he said, "Listen," he said, "I'd rather have these guys coming up to you for a sandwich and something like that here than going down the road to a tap room and coming back half drunk or not at all." He said all kinds of issues happen. He said, "If you want to put a little trailer there, you can do it." So Bob, through a contact he had in the Army, he bought 3 surplus Army trailers. They were green, and they modified them, and they were able. They the deal was you had to buy 3. So because they had 3, they started other construction sites. But that's how they started.